The rain had been falling for 3 days without pause. It washed the streets into long, shimmering ribbons of gray, carrying with it dust, broken leaves, and forgotten things. People hurried past with umbrellas pulled low, shoes splashing through shallow puddles, eyes fixed on destinations that mattered more than anything else. No one noticed a small dog lying beside a rusted bus stop on the edge of the city. He was thin, far too thin, his ribs pressed sharply against his skin, each breath lifting his narrow chest with visible effort. His fur, once a warm brown, was now matted, patchy and dull, soaked through with rain and streaked with mud. One of his ears drooped unnaturally, torn long ago, and his eyes, cloudy with exhaustion, barely stayed open. Just 2 weeks earlier, he had belonged to someone. He still remembered the sound of a door slamming, the smell of a car engine, the brief moment of confusion when the road rushed past beneath his paws as he tried to run after it. He had barked, he had chased until his legs burned and his lungs screamed. Then the car disappeared around a corner, taking his name with it. At first he waited. Dogs are good at waiting. He waited by the roadside, hoping that his owner would come back. Hours passed, then night. Hunger gnawed at his stomach like a living thing. Rain soaked him. Cars passed without slowing. The next days blurred together. He searched trash bins, licking empty wrappers, chewing on cardboard soaked with old food smells. Sometimes people shouted and chased him away. Sometimes they didn't even look at him at all. By the 3rd day, his legs trembled when he walked. By the 5th, he could barely stand. And by the 7th he collapsed beside the bus stop, curling his body tightly inward, surrendering to the cold. He did not know he was dying. He only knew that everything hurt, and that sleeping felt easier than waking. That was when she saw him. Her name was Anna. It was late afternoon, the rain finally thinning into a mist. Anna had just finished her shift at the community clinic and was walking home, her bag slung over one shoulder, her mind half lost in weekend plans she wasn't sure she wanted. She almost passed the bus stop without stopping almost. Something made her turn. Perhaps it was the stillness, or the way the dog's body barely moved as he breathed, or the quiet knowledge, buried deep in her chest, that if she walked away, this would be the last time anyone ever saw him. She knelt down. Oh my God! Her hands trembled as she reached out. The dog flinched weakly, but didn't try to run. His eyes opened a fraction, unfocused yet aware enough to register warmth. Anna touched his side. She could feel every bone. You're freezing, she whispered. She didn't think. She simply acted. She shrugged off her coat, wrapped it around the dog, and scooped him into her arms. He was lighter than he should have been, shockingly so. His head lolled against her chest. Hang on, she said, more to herself than to him. Please hang on. She didn't go home. She turned back toward the clinic. The emergency room was quiet when she arrived, the fluorescent lights buzzing softly overhead. A nurse looked up in surprise as Anna rushed in, rain-soaked and breathless, clutching a bundle of fur. I found him outside, Anna said quickly. He's starving, dehydrated, he can barely breathe. The staff moved fast. Warm blankets, or fluids. Gentle hands, checking vitals. Someone scanned for a microchip. Nothing. The dog slipped in and out of consciousness as warmth returned to his body. He whimpered softly when needles pricked his skin, but he didn't resist. He had no strength left for fear. Anna stayed. She sat beside the treatment table for hours, ignoring her phone as it buzzed with missed calls, holding the dog's paw as if letting go might undo everything. When his breathing steadied, she finally allowed herself to exhale. He'll live, the vet said softly. But it's close. He'll need care, time, someone patient. Anna looked at the dog, at the fragile rise and fall of his chest. I'll take him, she said. The dog did not hear the words, but something in him relaxed, as if his body understood before his mind could. She named him Hope, because she had found him when he had none left. The weeks that followed were slow and careful. Hope slept curled up on blankets beside Anna's bed. She fed him small meals every few hours, watched him with anxious attention, learned the rhythm of his recovery. He learned her scent, her voice, the sound of her laughter when he finally wagged his tail for the first time. Hope followed her everywhere, from the kitchen to the bathroom, from room to room. If she stopped, he stopped. If she sat, he lay at her feet. He never forgot what it felt like to be abandoned. So he loved her with everything he had. By the time spring arrived, Hope was strong again. His coat grew thick and glossy. His eyes shone with quiet devotion. He was no longer afraid of sleep. Anna often said that she had saved him. She never realized that, in many ways, he had saved her too. The weekend came quietly. Saturday morning dawned bright and clear, sunlight spilling through the windows of Anna's small house at the edge of town. She planned to spend the day gardening, maybe reading on the porch, enjoying the rare luxury of doing nothing. Hope lay beside her as she drank her coffee, tail thumping softly against the floor. Then he froze. His ears lifted. His body went rigid. A low growl rumbled in his chest, deep, urgent, nothing like the playful sounds Anna knew. What is it? She asked. She followed his gaze to the tree line behind the house. The bushes moved. Something large stepped into the open. It was a leopard. Its coat was golden and patterned with dark rosettes, muscles rippling beneath sleek fur. Its eyes were sharp, calculating wrong in this place, wrong so close to human homes. Hunger and confusion clung to it like a second skin. Anna's breath caught in her throat. The leopard had wandered far from its territory. Drought and shrinking forests had driven it closer to the town. Now it stood between fear and desperation. Hope placed himself in front of her. "Hope," Anna whispered, backing away slowly. "Come inside." The leopard lunged. Everything happened at once. Hope charged forward with a bark that tore from his chest, throwing himself at the leopard's face. The animal swiped wildly, claws flashing. Anna stumbled back, tripping over the porch step. Pain exploded through her arm. She screamed as she fell, blood pouring from deep gashes where claws had torn through flesh. Hope did not hesitate. He latched onto the leopard's throat, teeth sinking deep. The leopard roared, slamming him into the ground, biting back with crushing force. Fur, blood, and dust filled the air. Anna crawled, dizzy and shaking, trying to reach the door, her vision blurring. Hope. The dog fought with everything he had. Every memory of hunger, of cold, of loneliness. He would not let her die. The leopard's jaws closed around his side. Bones cracked. Hope cried out, but he did not release his grip. With a final surge of strength he tore deeper, severing vital flesh. The leopard collapsed. So did Hope. The yard fell silent. Anna dragged herself to him, sobbing, cradling his head in her uninjured arm. Blood soaked her clothes, her hands, the earth beneath them. "No, no, no, please," she whispered. Hope looked at her. His eyes were calm, safe. His tail moved once, then it was still. Help arrived too late for him. Anna survived. Surgeons saved her arm after hours in the operating room. Weeks passed in a haze of pain and grief. Hope was buried beneath the old oak tree behind the house. Anna visits him every weekend. She tells him about her days, about the garden, about the quiet moments. And when the wind moves through the leaves, she swears she can feel him beside her still, protecting her, still loved forever.